again, a little bit of a tangent. Because the thing I actually wanted to share with you was what is part of my morning routine to help anchor me into this, right? How do I get into this space so that I can hold it better throughout the day? My day goes so much smoother because I'm still not controlling whether a storm is coming or a Sermon on the Mount experience. But in either case, I'm able to better stand in the truth of who I am and not waver from that and navigate through whatever happens, right? Okay, so here's what I do. I have on my phone a Spotify playlist. It's called Get in Your Groove. And I get my earbuds, usually these ones. It's pretty purple. It makes me so happy. It's a simple thing, but sometimes it's the simple things, right? Anyways, and I have this little trampoline because we live in an apartment and I hate running outside. But I love jumping. And so I get on my trampoline and take you with me. These ones have a better microphone though, so I use them for my video headphones. Okay, so I come over here to this hallway. Let's get it refocused. Okay, so you see this hallway forming behind me. This is the view I want you to keep in mind. All those fun baby toys and stuff. Anyways, so this is the hallway. And I put my tramp at the beginning of the hallway. And I stare down this hallway while I'm hunched over and I'm doing my jogging. I'm doing, oh, you're okay. Doing my jumping. And there's this mental image that I'm creating in my mind as I'm listening to this music and I'm jumping. And it has to do with the hallway. That's why I took you on that little like trip there to go see it. Because okay, I'm back. For those of you new to my videos, I often pause, go deal with children, and then come back and oh, yes, we might be needing another pause. Okay, so I'm on my tram, jogging. I've got my awesome Get in My Groove music, and I've got this hallway here. Now, the verses and like scripture stuff that comes to mind is thinking about the story in First Nephi in the Book of Mormon, where it talks about the straight and narrow and the iron rod. Sorry, two different scripture verses, trying to decide which one I was going with first. Okay, we're doing Lehi's dream first. So there's this iron rod, right? All this darkness around, confusion, chaos, we don't know what's going on, but there's this iron rod that leads us home, right? Now, I like to imagine this path, right? And this is where the other scripture verses come in, right? I should get better at looking up the actual verses when I do these videos. I'm not so great at that right now, but there's a whole bunch of them that talk about straight is the way, narrow is the gate, the straight and narrow path, right? It's a concept we talk about a lot. And so that hallway is my visual reminder, the straight and narrow path. And I have in mind this other path that veers off and kind of dips down, right? If you look at Lehi's dream, I imagine that as like the little cliff that goes down to the river, like going over that ravine, right? You're getting lost, it's going down. And I see all these people going along. And there's all this darkness around us, right? Here I am, I'm on my tram, I'm listening to my music, I'm going along the straight and narrow path. And instead of going out after the people, trying to chase them, track them down, grab them, pull them back, be like, come on, you gotta get over here. This is the iron rod, this is what you want, right? I feel like that's what we do. We let go, we run off, we try and gather them, we're shaking them, we're like, pay attention, this is important, right? We're arguing with them, no, you've got it wrong. I have found, Again, coming back to being first. My job is to stand there, run on this path, and imagine myself glowing, right? As bright as I possibly can, just luminescent. And all those other people around stop, because here I am. I've got my iron rod, my straight and narrow path, my hallway, and I'm over here, and they're like, hey, what's that light over there? Hey, do you see that light? What is that? And they naturally want to come check it out, and oh, look, the iron rod. Hey, you want to come join me? Right? My job is to stay here, to focus on the things that I know, the things that help me in my life experience, and to shine as bright as I possibly can, right? Not with necessarily something I'm doing, but just that state, that sense of being. Can you feel as I'm talking? If you've watched some of my other videos, I talk about the music and what does the feeling of the music have to say? That's the spirit, right? That's where this light comes from, right? When you have that so strong, that music, it's as if you can see it. Imagine this big old symphony playing this gorgeous thing, right? You can't help but just, oh, that swelling, opening, expansive feeling. That's what we want, right? So every morning, well, okay, let's be honest, I don't do this every morning, but the mornings when I'm like, let's do this. This is one of my favorite practices because it puts me in this space of all day long, instead of reacting and, somebody makes this comment, somebody cuts me off, this rude thing happens, my kids throw a tantrum, my husband says some comment that I view demeaning, whatever, right? I'm not going out after them and being like, you cut me off. How dare you do that? That was wrong of you to write this comment. Do you realize what you're saying? How dare you climb up there? You could hurt yourself. Did you realize what you were saying? I do so much for you all the time, right? That's going out and chasing after the people. Instead, staying here, I'm like, oh, they cut me off. Wish they hadn't. Hope they have a good rest of the day. Child, I know you just want to have fun, but that's really dangerous. Can we please get down? Hey, husband, I understand that's what you want to do tonight. I've had a really long day. I'm kind of exhausted. I'd rather just stay in tonight. Comment on Instagram. Hey, I appreciate your different perspective. This is how I actually see it, right? Same circumstances are coming at me. Two totally different ways of responding to them. And this is what gets me aligned. I need a pick me up. You will find me on my tramp facing my hallway. Right? And it's good too, because I get all that angst out because I'm jumping, I'm moving my body. I'm going, there's uplifting music. It's awesome. Okay. So a whole new interpretation for you on Lehi's dream, how to use it in your life, and how to let whatever's going on around you just pass you by. The cool thing too is I've since learned, I'm new to Spotify, but you can share your playlists. So I'm going to be putting the playlist in my bio, link below, wherever you would find links from wherever you're watching or listening to this video, it will be there. And you can go click on that link, download the song or the playlist, and add to it your own. And with that playlist also is going to be, a little guide that is just kind of fun to know why I picked some of those songs and what do I hear when I'm listening to them. Not because you have to hear the same thing. Coming back to again, if you've seen some of my past videos, the warrior and the tree, we can have different messages into us, but it's the music underneath that unifies us. But it's sometimes fun, right? Because when I'm sitting here and I'm going, oh, I always thought about that as a tree. You see it as warrior. Oh, that's cool. I never thought about it that way, right? So I love sharing my experiences of what I think and view things songs end. So you'll find a little thing about what the song is, the title, artist, kind of an overview of why I put it in my Get in My Groove list. And then some of the words too have meaning, right? So sometimes I picked a song because it's like, bum ba da da, let's go do this type of music, right? And sometimes I picked a song because it's like, I'm having such a hard day. I don't know if I can do this. And it's like, my angel is just hugging on me, being like, it's okay. But sometimes I pick music because of the words too, and the words that are said in there. Because the cool thing is, as I've listened to this playlist over and over again over the days, then as I'm going throughout my day, some of those words will pop back into my mind as little like message reminders. And I love that. So check out the link wherever you find it, get the awesome playlist, find your version of a holiday in a tramp, whatever that looks like for you, and practice this. I want to start like a little challenge, and I want to hear how your days go differently because you're focused on where you're going and shining as bright as you can. And from there, all good things will come. Have a wonderful rest of the day.